Hey everyone, Briana Kid with High Country Yoga here. Today's practice, we're going to focus on self-acceptance. The most important relationship that we have is the relationship that we have with ourself. We need to learn how to break down the barriers that are in the way of unconditionally loving who we are at our very core, so that we can be able to share this love and this vitality with others. We can see this when sometimes when you get a compliment, such as someone tells you, "Oh, hey, your hair looks great today." Immediately you shut down that compliment and you say, "Oh, really? It's super frizzy today." And it's like there's something in the way of you being able to accept this compliment or this something positive about yourself. And I see this all the time within myself too. So when we can take away that layer and actually love ourselves from our very most core, then we can be able to receive healing, we can be able to receive compliments, and we can really feel like we're operating from the self inside of us that is us, that makes us feel like we're at home. This is the one body and the one mind that we're given to be able to live out this wonderful human experience. So today, right now, within this practice is going to be the first step to loving ourselves unconditionally. Today's practice is going to teach us how to operate from our heart mind instead of our ego mind. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start our practice in a nice, comfortable, seated position. You can sit cross-legged. You can even sit up on a pillow if you like, or extend the legs out if it's more comfortable. Let's go ahead and close our eyes and just begin to settle into the space. Notice how you're feeling today. And working on shifting your awareness inwards. Letting go of anything that may have happened today or yesterday, or what might happen after this practice or tomorrow. And creating a safe space for yourself to practice in this moment. Inviting in that intention of self-acceptance, finding the beauty within yourself. Go ahead and begin with 3 pretty kind of forceful exhales through our mouth to help us release any tension in the shoulders. So on your inhale, go ahead and shrug your shoulders up to your ears, create some tension. And as you forcefully let it out of your mouth, really just let those shoulders drop down. Here we go. Again, deep breath in, shrug the shoulders up. And let it out. One more time, deep breath in. And let it out. Just feeling the release here. Go ahead and take one hand onto our belly and one hand onto our heart. Starting to tap into that connective energy within ourselves. Feel your heartbeat, your belly move with your breath. And instead of focusing on something negative or something that maybe doesn't make you feel good, we're going to invite in a mantra, a 3-part mantra today. A mantra is going to be this phrase that we're going to repeat again and again within our practice to help steer ourselves back to this positive dialogue within our practice. Our mantra today will be, I am beautiful. I am strong, and I am healthy. See if you can really breathe that down deep into your core here, repeating in your mind, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am healthy. We repeat mantra again and again until our mind is so connected to the words we're saying that they become true. And then we dive down deeper where the mantra is just kind of autopilot. It's just moving through you naturally. And we tap into a meditative state of awareness. I am beautiful. I'm strong. I'm healthy. For our movement practice on the mat today, we'll go ahead and get started. So you can release your hands, bring your knees in, your feet onto the mat, and just take a scoot forward so you have some space. We're gonna rock and roll up to a standing position. So here we go. Inhale, rock back, get some momentum. And exhale, rock forwards, standing tall. It's okay if it takes you a few tries. Coming to the front of your mat and finding mountain pose with your chest open, your palms facing forwards. Although I love mountain pose, it can feel a little bit rigid. And what we're trying to do with this self-acceptance practice is to loosen ourselves up a little bit and let go of those barriers in the way from that unconditional love of yourself. So we're going to do a little pranayama or a little breathing with movement technique today to help us let go of those barriers and loosen up a little bit. So let's go ahead and find chair. So with your feet underneath your hips, bend your knees and inhale. We're going to reach the arms up. Now you might like to watch the first one. We're going to be doing this several times, so feel free to skip the first one and see what it looks like. But we're going to be inhaling, lifting our hands up. And as you exhale through the mouth, we're going to swing the arms back and drop the torso. And then inhale, swing up. Here we go together. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale. Keep going. A few more times, feeling that heat building in your body. Letting go of what you don't need anymore. 2, 1. Inhale, reach up for the sky, extend the legs. Exhale, release the hands down by the sides. You can even close the eyes for a moment. Just feel the energy moving through your body. Feel your heart beating. Awesome job. Welcome to yoga. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations. So with our sun salutation, this is just a continuous movement where we work one breath per movement. So for this practice, I want us to use our mantra that we discovered or that we set at the beginning of the practice. As a reminder, that mantra is, I am beautiful, I am strong, and I am healthy. So we'll go through this movement and add in the mantra with the breath. Let's give it a try. Don't worry about what it looks like. Don't worry about if you're doing it correct or not. Just connecting the movement to the mantra to create this practice. Here we go. Inhaling to reach up, I am. Exhale, folding down, beautiful. Inhale, lifting halfway, I am. Exhale, stepping back into plank, strong. Inhale in your plank, I am. Exhale, lowering down onto your belly, healthy. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, lift your chest into cobra, I am. Exhale, come back down into the mat. Beautiful. Curl the toes under. Inhale, pushing up into plank, I am. Exhale, lifting your hips for downward dog. Strong. Inhale, looking forwards towards your hands. I am. Exhale, stepping your feet forwards. Healthy. Inhale, lifting halfway. I am. Exhale, folding down. Strong. Inhale, rising up, reaching up. I am. Exhale, hands to heart center. Healthy. Let's do it again. Inhale, reaching up. I am. Exhale, folding down. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting halfway. I am. Exhale, step back into plank. Strong. Inhale in your plank. I am. Exhale, lowering down onto your belly. Healthy. Inhale, lifting into cobra. I am. Exhale, lowering down. Beautiful. Tuck your toes. Inhale, push up into plank. I am. Exhale, lift your hips. Strong. Inhale, look towards your hands. I am. Exhale, step or hop your feet forwards. Healthy. Inhale, lifting halfway. I am. Exhale, folding down. Beautiful. Inhale, rising up to standing, reaching up. I am. Exhale, hands to heart center. Strong. Good job. Sun salutations are one of my favorite things to practice in yoga. For me, they bring me into a meditative state. It's kind of like a moving meditation. So if you only have a few minutes to practice, maybe you just pick a mantra and do several sun salutations, 5, 10, however many you have time for, and see if that helps you to clear your energy. Let's go ahead and move forwards into a yoga squat. So for our squat, we're going to bring our feet about mat width distance apart and turn the heels in and the toes out. Take hands to heart center, big breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to bend the knees and come all the way down. So finding a nice yogi squat. If it feels better to have your hands down for more support, you're welcome to keep them down. Or if you need a little bit more stability, feel free to hold on to the side edges of your mat like you're taking a magic carpet ride. If it's comfortable to have hands at heart center, we can stay here. And wherever we are, we want to try to use the elbows to press the thighs open. And maybe from this space, we can grow a little bit taller, releasing the muscles of the lower back and the glutes. So in our squat, we want to make sure that the shoulders are pulled back and out of the chest, which is kind of difficult to do. So you just try your best to grow tall here. This pose is really good for lower back relief, and it's also great for digestion. And digestion can translate into self-acceptance or self-love because if we're experiencing dis-ease in our body, especially in our gut, right, then we can't tap into that layer of self-love and acceptance. So finding this healthy gut, I am healthy, embodying this here. Take another breath. And then let's go ahead and find a seated position. You can use your hands behind you to come down to sitting, or if that's not comfortable, feel free to come onto hands and knees and then transition your legs forwards. Next, we're going to move into a pose of strength. This pose of strength, this boat pose. So if you'd like to support your core or your back, especially if you have any previous injury there, it's okay to use your hands down onto the ground and keep your feet down like this, just lifting your toes. If you want more challenge today, you can start to lean back a little bit to lift the feet up and perhaps reach the hands forwards. So in the top of our boat pose, we want to lift our chest up and pull the shoulders back. Feel the spine nice and straight. So we're about to move through a little bit of a challenging sequence here, boat crunches. So these will strengthen our core and our hip flexors. So let's use mantra, because sometimes moving through a challenge can be tough. Right? So if we use mantra, it might help us to soften the mind into a place of receiving instead of resisting. Let's give it a try. We're going to inhale, open up into a hollow body shape, and exhale, close back into boat. So here we go. Inhale, I am. Exhale, crunch in. Beautiful. Inhale, open, I am. Exhale, crunch in. Strong. Inhale, open, I am. Exhale, crunch in. Healthy. One more round. Inhale, open, I am. Exhale, crunch in. Beautiful. Inhale, open, I am. Exhale, crunch in. Strong. Inhale, last one, open, I am. Exhale, crunch in, healthy. Good job. Let's lower our feet. Open your knees like a book and lift your chest, stretching out your belly. Inhale. Great news. Exhale. We're going to close the knees and slowly roll down onto our back, one vertebrae at a time. Awesome. So from here, let's move into a heart opener to really offer our heart towards our highest self. We're going to start with bridge pose. So we'll take our palms to face down beside our hips and walk the heels in really close to the fingertips. So your heels and your fingertips are just barely touching. And then from here, we'll push the feet into the earth and go ahead and lift the hips up off of the mat. Now, your neck is in a little vulnerable position here, so make sure that you keep your head centered. You don't want to be moving your head side to side, just to protect the delicate fibers in the back of your neck. So we want to use strong legs here, really pushing into the ground to lift the chest up. If you feel comfortable here and you want to move deeper, you can interlace your fingers underneath your back, and then one at a time, tuck your shoulders or roll your shoulders underneath your upper back. So it lifts you up a little bit higher. Keeping that head in center as you really push into your feet to lift the hips up. Taking a couple more breaths here as you notice your belly rising and falling with your breath. Awesome. I know the legs are feeling fired up, so let's gently release the hands, the shoulders, and slowly, mindfully, with control, the hips come down into the mat. Let your arms come out wide by the sides. Take the feet about mat width distance. And we're going to take a little windshield wiper of the knees from side to side, releasing any tension in the lower back or the hips. Awesome. And when you're ready, taking those knees back to center, setting up for one more back bend. So we're going to bring those feet hip width distance, palms facing down beside the hips, heels and fingertips barely touching. Now, the next back bend we're going to do is pretty advanced. So if you try it out and it doesn't work for you today, it is completely normal. You're welcome to do a second bridge, just like we just did, again, if the wheel doesn't work for you. If you'd like to try wheel, you can take your hands and scoop them underneath your shoulders, fingers facing you. And as you flatten the hands into the mat, squeeze the elbows in towards the center lines. The elbows are right over the wrists. That way, you'll be able to press straight down into the ground to lift your body up. So take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale the breath, push the ground away from you, feeling free to take a pit stop at the top of your head. And then pressing all the way up, using those strong legs here, pushing into the feet to work the shoulders over the wrists. We're opening up our heart here to ride the wave of experience. Take a breath. I know emotions start to come to the surface here, trying to breathe through any negative emotion, any uncertainty here. Inhale. Exhale. If you're in wheel, tuck your chin, and then we'll gently lower ourselves back down into the mat. Let's bring the knees into the chest. You can roll out your wrists if you'd like. Maybe gently rocking from side to side, releasing your back. To finish up our physical practice, we're going to finish with a twist, a detoxing twist to wring out the excess. Let's pull the right knee into the chest and extend the left leg long onto the mat. Let it rest. Inhale. Exhale, pull the right knee in a little bit more. And from there, we'll let the right arm go out by the right side. Inhale. And as you exhale, crossing the right knee over the body for your twist. You can use your left hand to press it down any amount, really rolling onto your outer left hip. So your right hip is stacked over your left. And turning your head to the right side. Taking a breath here. Feeling that nice stretch all along the right side body. We'll gently inhale, bring that right knee back to center. Give it a good squeeze in. Exhale, bring the left knee in. Inhale, squeezing the knees in tight. Exhale, let's extend the right leg long onto the mat. Let it rest. Taking a breath here, make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your chin is tucked. Inhale. Exhale to pull that left knee in a little bit more. Good. Inhale the left arm out to a T beside you. And as you exhale, let's take our twist, using the right hand to cross the left knee over your body and turning your head to the left side. Breathing into your left ribs. The stretch in your left side. One more breath. Inhale, we'll come back to center. Exhale, bring the right knee in to meet the left knee. Squeeze in, big breath in. And as you breathe out, let's release the feet to the mat and come into our final posture. We're going to open our knees wide, bringing the bottoms of the feet together. If your hips need some support here in supine bound angle, you can wedge a blanket underneath or a pillow underneath each thigh. Or if this is very uncomfortable, feel free to extend your legs long onto the mat for your final relaxation. Taking one hand onto your lower belly and one hand onto your heart, just like we started with our practice today. Softening your body, closing your eyes. In this posture, we're in a really open, vulnerable position here. So this is the time to reinvite your mantra into your practice one more time and let it sink down deep into the core of your being. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am healthy. Letting that mantra keep playing inside of your mind space, operating from the heart mind instead of the ego mind in this relaxation. beautiful. I am strong. I am healthy. Starting to breathe that down deep into your belly and letting it go. We're going to gently return back into our body here. We want to turn back to our body with a deep sense of gratitude for the body and all that it does for us each and every day. So slowly, moving your hands, rolling out your wrists, and thinking, thank you wrists, thank you hands, thank you fingers, thank you arms. You can give yourself a big hug, taking hand to opposite shoulder. Thank you body. And then using your hands to bring your knees together if they're open. And extending the legs one at a time, long onto the mat. You might roll out your ankles and think, thank you, feet. What would I do without you? Thank you, legs. Thank you, toes and ankles, for all the hard work, for moving me effortlessly throughout my day. And then stretching those arms up and back, taking a full body stretch. Thank you, whole body, for all that you do for me. What would I do without you? Inhale. And as you exhale, bend your knees, walking your feet onto the mat and rolling over onto your right side, using your left hand in front of your heart, coming into a fetal pose. Your right arm can be a pillow for your head. And laying in this warm, dark, safe and sacred place. This place where, well, it's the first place we ever knew, the first yoga position, the first feeling. And in this place, we were safe. We found this security within our mother. And there was no room, there was no space for judgment. We were just being. Using our practice today to help us drop into the same safe, soft space within your heart. And when we rise up to sitting, rising up from that place deep within you, that place that there's no room for judgment. There's only room for love. Gently pressing your way up into a comfortable seated position. Crossing your legs or finding something comfortable for you. Closing the eyes. And inhaling to reach the arms out and up for the sky. Exhaling, pulling the strength, the beauty, the health into your heart center. Noticing how you feel from this practice. So today's practice was all about self-acceptance, or finding a deep sense of unconditional love for yourself, being able to break down the barriers that might have judgment or expectation layered upon layered over yourself, which might block the space of your light that shines so bright within you. We all have value, we all have self-worth. So when you receive a compliment from someone else, say thank you. And also remind yourself each and every day that you have the power of healing within you and that there's beauty that lies right inside of your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste, y'all.